Brothers and sisters, as the dawn of July 1st approaches, I invite you to open your hearts. The universe is calling in hushed tones and in bold resonance. You may sense a shift in the air, a stirring in your spirit. This moment marks a threshold, not of panic, but of profound transformation. In the stillness before sunrise, there is a whisper, a sacred prompt urging you to awaken. It is not just the world speaking, it's the divine speaking through the breath of each heartbeat. On this day, don't sleepwalk through your life. Listen deeply. Feel the tremor in your bones and the light in your eyes. To awaken is to accept that there is more than routine, more than the ordinary. It's acknowledging that your existence is threaded with purpose and meaning. This July 1st, let this whisper become a roar of your soul ready to step forward. Ask yourself, what gifts lie dormant within? What prayers have you abandoned? This final call isn't just for you, it's for the highest version of you summoned by the heavens. What lies ahead on July 1st is far more than your personal crossroads. It is a turning point in collective consciousness. Imagine humanity at the cliff's edge, leaning inward for unity or outward toward fracturing. The choices we make, individually and together, will echo through the years. This divine summons is not random. It is the culmination of countless prayers, intentions, and yearnings across the world. Feel that reverberation in your bones. The spiritual currents are converging, and you are part of this living tapestry. If we choose kindness, compassion, stewardship, and wisdom, we pull the whole collective upward. If we recoil in fear, selfishness, and ignorance, we risk tilting the balance away from light. July 1st carries weight. It is not just another calendar date. Stand tall and remember, your choice whispers across galaxies. By holding the vibration of love and unity, you anchor others to the light. This is your covenant with life itself. The divine does not call us to carry yesterday's burdens into tomorrow's dawn. Use this moment to release outdated beliefs, harmful habits, and old programming. Write them down if you must, each word a thorn to let go. July 1st presents a gateway. What story do you still tell yourself that weighs you down, that you're not enough, not ready, not deserving? Let this day be the burning of the manuscript. Releasing is courageous. It's daring to walk without the crutches of negative self-definition. As you release, space opens. In that space, the divine can pour in new blessings, new guidance, new peace. Trust in the ritual of release, whether through meditation, ceremony, prayer, or breath. This breaking open makes you ready for what's coming. Opens your vessels to miracles. Once you have released, you must also quiet your mind to receive. Silence is fertile. In silence, answers form. Guidance arrives, visions unfold. This July 1st, carve sacred time, each hour to just be, to breathe and receive. Place your attention on the space between your thoughts. That's where the divine whispers. That's where your blueprint for next steps lives, waiting. Approach with reverence, for these downloads are sacred gifts. You may receive artwork, clarity, ideas, perhaps deep healing or the compassion you didn't know you needed. Be open, be still. Let the downloads flow without interpretation, without judgment. Record them, write them, share them. As you hold them in tender attention, they take form. They become prayers answered, destiny shaped. The world grows louder. Narratives spread. A sense of impending challenge or even chaos. The divine's final call isn't about fear, it's about peace. You are being asked to ground in your heart amidst the storms. Every moment of outrage or panic dilutes your power. Know this, storms pass. But peace, once anchored, becomes an unshakable foundation. July 1st summons your heart to be a lighthouse. Cultivate inner peace like a flame in the wind. Through breath, prayer, meditation, every step you take can be infused with calm. The world on the outside need not reflect the world inside. By stabilizing yourself, you become a conduit. Others stabilize, conflict dissolves, unity emerges. That is your service. That is why your presence matters now more than ever. True courage is not aggression. True bravery is born of love. On July 1st, the divine summons boldness, yes, but wrapped in compassion. To stand firm in your truth and tender in your care. Courage without kindness can wound. So let your bold words be soft. Let your stance come from empathy. This is the way forward, not conflict, but bridges. When people around you express fear, judgment, or hate, don't respond with force. Respond with listening. Speak your heart kindly, firmly, clearly. Let your courage be like a warm sunrise. Compassionate courage will light the next path forward. It is the mark of the truly awakened soul. On that sacred threshold of July 1st, let us unite our energies in collective prayer and intention. Alone we flicker, together we blaze. Create a ceremony on your own with loved ones in community to set shared intentions for healing, justice, unity. Speak aloud. Whatever your intention, peace, health, abundance, let it be spoken into the ethers. Let it echo across lands, across dimensions. Even if unseen, this collective prayer moves elemental energies. It softens hardened hearts, opens locked doors, invites divine intervention. Your voice counts. Your neighbor's voice counts. Link them together. Let this chain of prayer be an unbreakable thread of hope. Spiritual elevation demands action. Elevation is not just quiet meditation, it's a loving labor. Offer your gifts, time, kindness, creativity to someone in need. Volunteer, teach, care, share. By raising vibration through service, you add light to the world's dark corners. A smile offered sincerely can ripple into a life restored. On July 1st, choose one act of true service, not for recognition, not for likes, but for love. Hold that intention in your heart and carry it into your actions. When service is your compass, miracles become routine. This is how the divine moves through your hands. Temptations may rise, fear, doubt, anxiety. These are signs that something rebirths inside you. You feel chickening back, shrinking, retreating, but see it. This is pre-resurrection. Prepare like the chrysalis preparing for its wings. Nourish yourself with rest, prayer, community, purpose. Feel the shift behind the scenes. Emotionally, be ready to shed the old self, for you are birthing a new self. Psychologically, let go of limits. Spiritually, lean on faith. July 1st marks the morning of your inner resurrection. Rise to meet it. Divine grace is abundant, but it flourishes in disciplined soil. July 1st asks you for both, to receive grace and to maintain discipline. Establish sacred practices, daily prayer, mindful pause, grateful journaling. These are your discipline. Without them, grace may visit and then depart. Yet do not confuse discipline with self-flagellation. Discipline is love for your soul. It keeps the vessel ready. It's how the divine garden multiplies its fruits. Balance. Receive the blessing, then sow the effort. Together they birth miracles. What lies ahead may feel mysterious. You may not see the path clearly, and that is the point, to cultivate trust in the unseen. You are being invited deeper into faith, not blind faith, but awakened faith. Faith rooted in experience, yet brave before mystery. Trust each step, even the one you've not yet taken. Trust that the ground will appear as you walk. Trust that July 1st is not an ending, but an unveiling. Stand in this trust. Let it be your anthem. In that trust, the unseen becomes your ally. The calendar date is not random. The divine has woven it in cosmic alignment. July 1st is not arbitrary, it's orchestrated. You may not understand all the details, but you can honor its timing. Align your energy with it. Set intentions at dawn, silence at midday, gratitude at dusk. Use the day as a sacred container for your consecration. Divine timing rarely aligns with convenience. It asks sacrifice, it asks devotion, it asks courage. But in its rhythm lies freedom. Trust its tempo. Align your steps accordingly. You are part of a greater symphony. Many may approach July 1st with alarm, but fear is a self-fulfilling curse. Embrace wonder instead. Wonder transforms dread into delight. See the unknown not as threat, but as possibility. See change not as loss, but as invitation. Let curiosity guide you. Let wonder be your prayer. Let awe be your companion. In that space, you discover gifts you never imagined, gifts the divine has been whispering all along. This is the posture of the awakened heart. It walks bravely into the unknown, eyes wide, soul open. You are not alone. We rise together. Use July 1st to deepen the bonds within your circles, family, friends, spiritual kin. Share your intentions, listen to theirs, pray together. Community resilience is spiritual infrastructure. When we stand together, fear dissipates, hope blooms. Even a small group can shift the vibration of a town, a region, the world. Your circle matters. On this day, reach out, gather, stand by each other. Form a chain of compassionate courage. July 1st is not a conclusion, it is a commencement. The divine fire lit within you on this day must be carried onward. Commit to ongoing transformation, daily practices, service, witness, prayer. Keep the flame alive and pass it on. Your life becomes the living sermon. Your deeds become the story. Your love becomes the legacy. Remember, you are not speaking alone. You speak for the angels, the ancestors, the future yet to be born. God's final call on July 1st is an invitation to embody His light. Will you heed it? In a world full of noise, the greatest wisdom comes not from speaking, but from listening. and not just to others, but to the quiet within. This stillness is not the absence of sound, it is the presence of awareness. July 1st brings a moment where silence becomes sacred, a threshold moment where the noise of the world fades and something ancient, something true, begins to emerge from within you. Do not fear the silence, lean into it. It is in that space where answers appear, not always in language, but in feeling, in knowing. Listen to your breath. Listen to the rhythm of your heartbeat. It is all communication from something greater than yourself. The stillness, practiced daily, becomes a powerful tool, a mirror, a compass. It guides you beyond reaction into response, beyond panic into presence. Stillness is the bridge to inner mastery. Awareness is not luxury, it is a sacred responsibility. To become aware is to see clearly yourself, your surroundings, your impact. It is the doorway to wisdom and right action. On July 1st, you are being asked not just to be spiritually awake, but ethically responsible. What you do with your awareness matters. To see and still choose ignorance is to betray the gift. Begin with self-awareness. How do your words land? How do your actions echo? Then expand. How does your presence affect others? How do your choices nourish or take from the earth, from your community, from your future? When you live aware, you live deliberately. You walk with purpose. You serve without needing reward. That is spiritual maturity. This is what the divine expects of the awakened. As energy shifts on and after July 1st, discernment becomes crucial. Not all conversations nourish. Not all environments support your light. You must guard your energy like a sacred flame. This is not about isolation or arrogance. It's about spiritual hygiene. Just as you cleanse your body, you must cleanse your energetic field. Let go of toxic inputs, distractions, and drama. They dilute your frequency. Surround yourself with environments, people, and practices that uplift your spirit. Let beauty into your space. Music, incense, light, quiet. These are not luxuries. They are fuel for your journey. And most importantly, return to nature. Walk barefoot. Feel the wind. Speak with the trees. Let the earth recalibrate you. On July 1st and beyond, your energy must be aligned with what is holy, what is real, what is true. Every great teaching, from the Shaolin tradition to the Vedas to the sacred texts of the world, points to the same truth. Alignment with the universal laws brings harmony. Misalignment brings suffering. July 1st calls us to reflect. Are you in harmony with the life's deeper laws? The law of cause and effect, the law of balance, the law of compassion, the law of impermanence. These are not human inventions. They are divine architecture. When you align with truth, even your challenges become stepping stones. Life begins to flow. The obstacles, the delays, the friction, they often come when we are out of step with these deeper principles. Make a vow to walk with integrity, speak only truth, act only from love, move only with purpose. July 1st is not about fear. It is about realignment. You are being brought back into sacred orbit. A time comes when words are not enough. People no longer seek speeches. They seek examples, living examples. On July 1st, you are called not just to listen to the message, but to become it. If the message is peace, be